Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Or good evening, everyone. So, we'll be starting right about now. Um, Please, Martins, can we get the slide up? Can the slide be displayed now? Uh,
Hello, sir. Can you
yeah.
hear me, sir?
Yes, I
Good
can hear
afternoon,
you.
sir.
Good afternoon.
Right, sir. Let me just send it to you as soon as possible.
Okay, if you can't display the slide, don't worry. We'll just work without the slide. We'll work without the slide. Okay, so we'll just start now. We'll start now. I was trying to wait for the other speakers and the other presidents to join in. Uh, can can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this program was put together. Mr. Chima told us to put it together for the current president, just to it's just for us to share our experiences. Like I said, the errors we made that you guys will need to avoid, the milestones we reached, how to reach those milestones and surpass them, and just how experiences for you guys to be better than us. So that's what program is all about. That's what the program is all about. Okay, my the other speaker just joined in. Good afternoon, Miss AB. AB, please, is your network good now? Can we kickstart?
Yeah, you can go on. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Okay, so the slide we are having issues bringing it up, so we'll just go straight to the point today. Just go straight to the point and uh start right now. So first of all, I think I'll start sharing mine from my experience, then the next speaker will talk. So I will start with the membership. So first of all, for membership, I'll say if you want to win the membership award, I'll start with the award. If you want to win the membership award, there are certain things you need to that you consider and you need to get right. And one of those is your renewal. So membership basically, you need to have at least 70% of renewals. Then you need to at least be, because I from what I know, that the highest membership right now in the council is 1,000, which was done by FUPRI last board year. So if you want to actually win the membership right now, you need to beat above that 1,000. And I know not everyone might have that, but you need to just improve because there are different categories right now. So even if you cannot beat that 1,000, there's the large category, there's the I think there's the medium category if I'm not mistaken, and there's the small category. So if you can just be above those limits, let's say from 500 to 1,000, you will most likely win one of the membership awards. So I will give you a step-by-step approach of what I did during my tenure to be able to at least win in the large category. So the first things first, uh, I started what we call the Membership Evangelism Week. I call it the MEW. I call it the MEW. So during that week, you devote a week in each month to making sure not only you, because the truth is you cannot carry your chapter all by yourself. You need a team. You need a working team that helps you. That once you give them the vision, they run with the vision. They run with the same spirit that you have the vision to fulfill it and make it come to reality. So every month we have what we call the membership evangelism week, in which we give ourselves targets. I give people targets of, okay, this for this week we want to do at least minimum of, let's say, 50 to 100 renewals, then 50 to 100 new registrations. This has to be realistic targets. You can't just give yourself fictitious targets that you can't work with. So let me break it down more. So if you have 10 if you have 10 leaders, if you have 10 leaders that are working with you, 10 volunteers, I call them volunteers, yes, volunteers. If you have 10 volunteers working with you, you can split that tax now. So from that 100, if you break down that 100, each person now can get 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And we all know that each person in their circle, they are open to having 10 people that they talk to each particular day. So if you give each of your executive volunteers to at least reach out to all these 10 people around them to get them registered, to get them renewed. Let's start with registered first. To get them registered before the end of the board year, that is if you are doing 100 each month, before the end of the board year is 12 months. Before the end of the board year, you have most likely surpassed 500 if you take it seriously. So before the end of the board year, you have actually passed 500. Then for the renewals in the group chat, I believe most of you saw what I put up in the group chat. There is a link where you can go to get your membership roster, in which you can pick out those people that in their membership validity dates, you are seeing that they are below 2026. If they are below 2026, that's from 2025 and below, they have not yet renewed. So you pick out those names now and you put them in an Excel spreadsheet. Put them in an Excel spreadsheet and you post them to groups, post them to your executives. You know their names. So once you release a memo, sorry for that. Okay. Once you release a memo, so these persons can now, okay, they are from your course reps now. I believe every school has course reps, 100 level to 500 level in each department. You work with the course reps also. So we can you tell them to get you those names, get you their numbers, not the names. Now we already have the names. So you tell them to get you their numbers. Truth be told, no student on their own will get themselves registered or get themselves renewed. I'm being very, very honest with you. It's what you have to do yourself, because if you leave them to do it, most of these students don't know the advantage of what SP can offer them. So you have to get your hands working, and also you cannot just leave it to your executives to do it, because it's the passion they see you run with something that will make them choose this thing, to make them see reasons to also take it more seriously. During my time, I was lucky to have people that worked very, very, very much with me and bought the vision that I sold to them, and they were very, very helpful. Like my membership chair, I gave them targets. Not only giving them targets, I also gave myself targets. So I know, okay, each day I want to have 10 people registered. I'm not only leaving my executives to do it, I am doing it. And once they are seeing that I'm doing it, and I'm going to ask them for their results, okay, how I'll make them accountable. Have you gotten these 10 persons registered? Once they see I did my own, they won't have excuses not to do theirs. So that's that. So once you are seeing your passion in how you are pushing for the membership registrations and renewals, your executives will also push for it. You can't just be leading and you're saying you're the head, oh, you're the president. You will not go and do field work and go and do the evangelism yourself. No. As you post the MEW, and most times during my time, I did more of online evangelism instead of physical evangelism. This is why. Because physical evangelism, you will be fatigued. Most of your executives will be fatigued because moving from one department to another, and there is a limit to how many persons you can reach with the physical evangelism. Yes, it's good. It's good. You can get at least in a week. You can reach out to 100 to 200 persons, especially during when your school is doing clearance and all, which was what my team and I capitalized on during my time. It was clearance period. We used to get most of all these freshers registered. So that can be good, but what I saw as the ideal step that really helped us was the online approach, in which we bombard most of all these groups. We have their numbers are there. We just drop a text. This thing, we are from SPE. This. We tell them the benefits of SPE. Then we tell them you don't need much. Just send us your details, your name, your email, your date of birth, and we get them registered ourselves. Once we get them registered ourselves, we log into we log in their details into our database. So we are not losing our database, meaning that we can easily get them renewed the following year. So these are the processes we used for the membership. Then also for the awards now, there's a trick I use for my programs now. During my time, I made sure that, okay, I'll go to programs so I touch the awards. During my time, I made sure that we do at least 6 to 7 programs in a month. These are I achieved that. I give my energy for meeting. I believe you all should have an energy for meeting. So getting 2 we go to each month. That's we have covered for social and community outreach. That will cover for social and community outreach. Then also, we now have technical programs. My program share is to come up with at least 2 to 3 programs, ALPs or technical programs that we have to do for that particular month. Most times, planning a program is also stressful. So we also collaborate with most chapters. So the burden is not just only on my executives. You might say, okay, let me give an example now. Exam periods. We all know that most students will not be able to plan programs during exam periods. So most chapters were like, FUPRI are still holding programs and they are doing exam. How come? How is that so? It's because we're collaborating. We are not the ones organizing the program, but we're collaborating. So the program is still seen as ours. We can still report the program as ours. So these are the little tricks we used here and there that now made it look like we are doing so much. And yes, we really did so much. So once give yourself that target of, okay, 5 or 7 programs in a month, you know that, okay, 5 out of those programs you want to host yourself. Then the remaining 2, you can find chapters to collaborate with. I believe most of you all are on the SP Student Council, Nigerian Council General President group chat. So you can interact with those presidents. When you see their flyers up or this thing, talk to them. Oh, so are you planning any programs so soon? FUPRI or PTI or NMU would love to collaborate with you guys. And say, wow, okay, yes. Then you collaborate with them. Get your 2 collaboration programs. And with that, you have gotten 7 programs. You might think, oh, doing programs is not necessary, because I've seen that during this body, I've not really seen most, truth be told, I've not really seen most programs ongoing this body, which is poor, because your chapter reports will be coming in April 1st. And it will be bad if schools, chapters from Warri section cannot outperform other chapters from other sections as we did this last body. So you need to keep on holding programs, keep on holding programs. Physical programs are very expensive to host. I understand that. So during my time, I did more of online programs, because to host a physical program, you need to spend nothing less than 300,000, which is quite much, because you will still be doing energy for me programs. You will still be doing D&I programs like the prison visitations. So Still talking on the programs. So each month, when you're planning your programs, okay, let's have at least one D&I program. So you can do hospital visitation, prison visitation, orphanage visitation. Those are all what the D&I programs fall under. D&I stands for diversity and inclusion. So these are all what the D&I programs fall under, and also social community programs. These are all what it fall under. So in a month, you can tell yourself, okay, one community outreach program / D&I program, then at least two ALPs or technical programs. Then you can now have two this thing energy for meals also, still which still falls under the social community outreach program. Then you now finally have your two collaborations. That alone will give you 7 good programs. 7 programs. And you are not spending a lot of money on that because most of them will be online. So these are the tricks in which we use during our time to get a lot of programs. You still have under the community outreach program, you still have planting of trees, market visitation, market cleanup, which I've not seen most of you presidents during this budget do. And the chapter report is coming very, 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 very close. One thing I believe that if I'm doing something, I need to be the best. I need to be the best. If I'm not going to be the best, then there's no need for me doing it. That's the spirit I had during my time, and I believe that spirit each and every one president should have. If you have decided that, oh, I want to be the president, then you need to take it serious and be the best in it. So I was always thinking ahead. On my end time, I'm on my own. I need to think, oh, which social community program can I do next? Which energy for me can I do next? And I'm not just doing it as plain energy for me, because most of all these schools, you might say, oh, I wrote to so school, and they did not allow me come to their school because you just applied normally. When we're applying during my time, I know not all chapters have that financial capacity, and I'll still talk on how to handle that financial capacity side. So not all chapters have that. So this is what I did during my time. I'm not just doing energy for me. I'm not just writing to the school telling them that I just want to do energy for me. No. Or I just want to talk about SP. I am telling them that, oh, I'm coming with a scholarship package also. So once they hear that, oh, you can give their students scholarship, yes, they will gladly open their school to you because their students need a scholarship. I think during my time, I did close to 6 scholarships / energy for me programs. Then total of almost 12 or 13 energy for me programs. These schools were not just telling me yes because, oh, they love SP well, but they were seeing the benefits that, yes, their students are getting scholarships through the energy for me's that we're coming to do in their school. So that's that on, I think I've talked extensively on programs. Then now to the financial aspect, which is like the major issue that most persons have. So as a president, you might say, oh, doing most of all these programs, especially physical programs, like I said before, it's very expensive. It's very expensive. Even all this hospital visitation, you need a lot of money, at least 50 to 100,000 to be able to achieve most of all these programs that I said. So you might be asking, how much dues am I making? Or because I know the main source of the main way most of the chapters make money right now is through dues. So you might say, this is not enough. Maybe your students are paying 1,000 naira per due. During my time, our students paid 2,000 naira per due. What I haven't met in the account was a little bit low, not really what I could even use money to do. But now, this is where I started working. I started meeting students. I started partnering with students, partnering with most students in our school. That's one way. It's not just by going to meet section to ask them for, oh, please, section chair, can you give me money? When you have not executed a program, you have not shown them how your program is even going to benefit the section. No. Apart from going to meet section for money, which I don't really do like that. You have students in your schools that are well to do. Most students that have brands. They have brands. They want to showcase their brands. So you meet these students, tell them, oh, we are going for hospital visitation. Oh. Maybe if their brand is into selling of gadgets, you tell them, oh, we will display your gadgets or this thing along with us, just sponsor us with certain amount of money. That is one way we were able to secure finances during my time. Then you also have going to this thing. You also have going to your alumni. One thing I really wanted to start up during my time as president, but I wasn't really able to achieve it because later on I had lots of exam final year preparations to do. So one thing most presidents can do is set up an alumni account. I believe each chapter should have at least 5 successful alumni that are well to do and that can support you. So you tell them, oh, this account that we're setting up is for so events, is for this thing, hospital visitation, is for prison visitation, is for scholarships, is for orphanage visitation. And I'm telling you, they will be glad to support you with their finances. 50,000, 30,000, 100,000, because you can't just depend on your dues, or you can't just depend on section giving you money for support. Then you still have oil companies, rights to oil companies. One chapter that I saw that I really learned from was I think it's is it OAU or UI. They wrote to an oil company, and an oil company helped
Both of them.
both of them. Oh wow! So they wrote to an oil company, and the oil company helped them to rebuild a school, which won them the presidential award, which is wonderful. You can write most of all these oil companies. Most of all these oil companies are looking for visibility too. So you write to them. You are the SP president. SP is a big thing. So once they see, oh, this is you write them respectfully. Tell them, oh, this is what you want to use the money to do. This is what you want to use the money to achieve. Write them. Yes, you might be disappointed. I'm telling you the truth. You might be disappointed, but you keep on trying. You keep on trying. So that's how you can address this financial aspect. Then apart from all these, you need to know that you are, as the president or as a leader, as an executive in your chapter, you need to make sacrifices financially also. So you can't be telling, during my time, when we were planning this, there was this particular program we were planning, I think so. And I told my executives, okay, we can't just be telling students to support. We can't just be telling students to support. We ourselves as the executives, even if it's 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 1,500, 2,000, we will support. I mean, as I'm telling them that one, I'm not just telling them and I'm not doing my own. If I'm telling them to support with this thing, support with 1,000 naira, 1,500, me, I'm making sure that as the leader, I am doing above that. I will drop maybe 10,000, 15,000. It's not like I have too much money, but as the leader, and I want to see results, I need them to see that, oh yes, they too can do it. So I'm not just telling them to do it and I'm not doing my own. So you need to sacrifice also. Then also, I think I've never talked on the award aspect. So award now, every April 1st, I'll first start with the presidential award side. Every April 1st, you have to submit your chapter report. So they go through your chapter report. Now, this is one thing I'll tell you. Chapter report is bulky. You can't do it on your own. So that's where your secretary will also need to come in. Here, your secretary, you put it together. Look at that's why you need good people to be this thing, to be working with you. Put it together. You need to construct a very good report, because I'm not telling you to lie you, but a very, very spelled, if you did so amount of this thing of visitations or this thing, you spell it out, you draw pictures. During my time, I made a mistake. When I was writing my award reports, I put only one pictures. From the hospital visitation, I put only one picture. From the prison visitation, I put only one picture. From this thing. So in my mind, I was just like, oh yes, bad as bad, I will win the presidential award because I've done a lot. And yes, there are proofs to it. I did a lot. But when the result came out, I was shocked. I didn't win it. Then I asked, sir, why did I not win it? Then they said, your pictures is supposed to be more than one, which is true because they need evidence. You can't just wake up and say, oh, you did this, you did this, you did this, and you don't have a detailed picture report to put there. You're putting just one picture. Nobody will believe you. You say you gave scholarship, you're putting only one picture. People multiple pictures of the students that have received the results. If you did a hospital visitation, put so many pictures there, because that is what they will look to give you the award, not just by putting just one picture. So that was an error I actually made during my time, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys now. By April 1st now, most of you, you guys will be writing your chapter report and be writing your award report. You put that. Don't make the same mistake I made. Then that, I think that's all for all the awards. Then you still have the best chapter awards, in which you'll be asked to do a slide. You need to follow the rules carefully. I think they gave us a format, if I'm not mistaken, AB. They gave us a format that time of how the slide should be. Some students, some presidents were disqualified because they did not use that particular slide format. So you need to follow the format. Then when you'll be doing that presentation to win the best chapter in Nigeria, you need to be able to keep to time. So that period, I was really scared, because I think the time they gave us was 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. AB, is it 3 minutes or 5 minutes? So
I think it was 5 for
Okay,
the first before 3.
Okay, 5 minutes. So it was 5 minutes they gave us that time. Mr. Chima set up a mock for us, and I practiced. He put 4 minutes for us, and I was not even able to beat it. So I was really sad throughout that period. So what I did, I started practicing with my time. I'll set my own time for 3 minutes, so I can make sure I beat the time. Because if you don't beat the time, you are losing points. They will grade you based on your slide presentation. They'll grade you based on your keeping to time. They'll grade you based on, I think, your I think there are some other things. I've forgotten some other things. I think the speaker will talk more on that. So you need to just learn how to keep to time. If you are someone that don't know how to do fast presentations and eloquently, you need to practice beforehand. You don't just think that, oh, that day will reach and you will just present. Oh, I'm telling you, you will lose guard and you will not win the award. I promise you. So you need to practice beforehand. You don't just think, oh, you're prepared already. You practice. Only the best can win. Only the best will be honored in NAIS. Then also, going to NAIS now, there are limited slots for NAIS. So that's why I said you have no option than to be the best if you want to actually get the best from SPA. So most presidents now, they will just assume office, they will not do anything. The next thing now, they'll be saying, oh, SP did not give them anything, they not get any opportunities, that. But they were not among the best. They were not selected to go for NAIS because you were not among the best. You did not do well. In order to go for this NAIS, you need to be among the best. Like I said, membership is the awards they are winning that will carry you to NAIS, that you make you be selected for NAIS. I'm sure most of you are not aware, or some of you are aware. So now these are the criteria for the selections. In case I miss any, the second speaker will talk more. The first is the winning of best chapter. That gets you 1 slot. The second is through your Petrobo team. I'll talk more on Petrobo later. Through your Petrobo team. So if your Petrobo team wins at the STSC, which is coming up, you get a slot. You get I think 6 slots from that. You also get a slot through membership, winning of membership. Then lastly, I think you also get slots through winning of energy challenge and paper contest. For energy challenge, paper contest, and Petrobo, your chapter needs to have been prepared way, way, way beforehand. You don't just leave, as the president, you don't just leave your Petrobo team and tell them, oh, you believe that they are prepared. No, you follow up with them, or you help them. When my Petrobo team members went to Kano, when they went to Kano, I made sure, even if I could not go because of health challenge, I made sure I was always calling them, oh, how are you? And this thing. or even send them personal money for this thing, just so that they can be happy and make sure that they know their president is backing them up and they need to win. And yes, they were among the top 3. They qualified to go for this thing. So as a president, you need to make sure that you are backing your Petrobol team before the day of the Petrobol exam that they will be going. You follow up with their preparation. Always check up on them. Tell them, how is people's preparation like? How is it like? Can we do a mock this thing? Can we do a mock test? Can we do like a mock Petrobol quiz competition so that they can test their hand? Things like that. Because if you leave them to only prepare on themselves, and you, the president, you are not carrying them along, you are not showing them love or effort, they might go there and they will flop, and you yourself as the president, you'll be disappointed also, because the slot you could have gotten from them winning the Petrobol competition, you will not get that slot again. So you see, everything is intertwined in SP. Then also for your energy challenge, there's a trick you can use for your energy challenge. You all have final year students that have done their projects beforehand. Even if your current set can't come up with new projects on time, you have final year students that have done their projects already. So from there, you can liaise with your faculty advisor before this thing. That is why you need to have good relationship with your faculty advisor. Liaise with your faculty advisor. So the energy challenge is coming up. Does any of the final students have projects that you might want us to present at the STSC for the energy challenge or paper contest? And he will be glad. He'll be glad to maybe call 1 or 2 previous final students to help out. That way, you don't stress about coming up with a new solution or new abstract that you can use to submit for the energy challenge. Because most people, once they just hear that the submission deadline is up, they will not be worried about how can I get abstract? How can I get abstract? Because combining schoolwork with all these things. But I'm telling you, these are some little tricks you can use to easing the burden on yourself. Discuss with your faculty advisor. Tell him, sir, we have the energy challenge and paper contest coming up. Do it politely. Can we make use of the previous final year student project abstract? And you will call the student, and if the student agrees, you can make use of the abstract instead of trying to get a new project, which might take your time. Then I think I've talked extensively on a lot. Let me just hand over to the second speaker for now. If any questions, you can ask. I want to open to questions. So, Miss AB, you take over from here. Okay, AB is not on the call. Please, I will just take questions now. I'll take questions. Any questions? Any place that you're having difficulty or challenges in? Just unmute your mic and talk so I can answer them now. So we all understood what I was saying.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, Prince.
So you were saying something about Petrobol team.
Yeah.
So for new chapters that hasn't gotten any Petrobol team, like we've not established a Petrobol team, and I've actually reached out to president, which if you can remember vividly, I also reached out to you to get maybe questions or guidelines on how I can prepare my students for Petrobol. But I didn't get any response. I even went as far as talking to Mr. Chima. He told me that I should meet the president. But none of you were even willing to render a helping hand. None of you actually said anything meaningful to me. You're just like, you are not in charge of Petrobol team. But you are the president, and I believe with your influence, you could have done something helpful for me. But none of you did anything. Now, Petrobol is fast approach, which I know. I think Petrobol is this year as well now. As Abi?
Yeah, Petrobol is done in STSC.
Okay, now, there are certain students that should at least represent my chapter in Petrobol. But how do I even prepare those students when I don't even have a guideline on how to go about it? Because we don't have any Petrobol team. We've not established any Petrobol team at the moment. Now, even if we have to even establish Petrobol team, how do I go about it? No guidelines, no past question, no nothing meaningful from presidents that already have established Petrobol teams. And it's quite painful,
Okay.
to be honest.
Okay. So let me just answer this. So, the truth is, first of all, no chapter is actually expected to have the past questions of past Petrobol questions, being that when you're at STSC or the last African Congress, when they are doing the Petrobol competition, you are not permitted to record what they are saying, record the competition, because you get yourself disqualified. That's why most chapters might not want to give you past questions if they have. So last year, I think Mr. Chima hosted. Yes, he hosted. Not I think he hosted a mock Petrobol competition in which previous winners they dropped a question bank on the group chat. I don't know if you saw that. I think I sent that to NMU or that is Olajide. So you could have used that to be able to prepare. But most chapters might not want to give you that question bank because that is their edge to win and get the slot for NAIS. So you understand why most chapters were not really answering you now, because their past questions, their question bank is like their edge. But Mr. Chima actually did one in which the last winners, what's his name again? Mr. Emmanuel Oppo, they dropped a question bank on the group chat. I think I will look for that, then send it. I think I'll look for that, then send it on the president's group chat. So is that okay?
Okay, that should be helpful. And another thing, that updating your profile to updating your officer profile. I'm still having difficulties with it. I don't know if every president here have actually updated yours. Please, if you've updated yours, just kindly signify. So I will reach out to you and ask how you went about it, because I've been trying.
Okay,
And
so for the office roster, it's actually your past president or your past membership chair that is supposed to do the updating, so that he can now put you in as the new president. So if he has not yet done that, please reach out to your former president or former membership chair, so that he can log into the office roster and put you in as the new president or membership chair. If not, you will not be able to access your membership directory to know those that have not yet renewed, or to follow up
okay, I have a question. What if adventure now they didn't actually update theirs? Like none of them have updated theirs.
Wow.
What then?
If the past president too did not update his,
Yes.
then that's an issue for the SLO or your FA. So just reach out to either your SLO, reach out to your either of the SLOs, SLO1 or SLO2, Mr. Abdul Malik or Mr. Chima, or reach out to your FA also. So it's them that will be able to tackle that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. So any other questions? I think Miss
I have
Eddie.
I have a question.
Okay, you have
You
a question. Okay, go on.
Yeah, you said something about hospital visitation. When
Yeah.
you mean hospital visitation, what exactly do you mean? Is it like going there to clear hospital bills, or offering services, maybe like cleanup? Because what I normally do is cleanup, and I've gone for hospital cleanup, I think twice now. I've gone for hospital cleanup twice now. So I want to know if am I doing the wrong thing, or I'm actually on the right side? Because when you said hospital visitation, it might be that you meant going to the hospital to check, okay, patients that you can support with your hospital bills, or telling the hospital, okay, you want to donate this cotton wool or spirits to you for you to use. So that is the question I'm asking.
Okay, now, so I think I missed this part. So during when you are doing programs, most especially community outreach programs, you need to be able to have a tagline or pick specific dates. Like now, during my time, let me break it down. I did my hospital visitation on Valentine's Day. It was themed showing love. So I'm going there. There are different approach to it. You can go there and maybe you just say you want to clean up. But I themed mine on showing love. You get. So we went there. That was in I did it in collaboration with the D&I Worry section. So we went there. We bought I think tissue rolls. We bought different things for them, for the people in the wards, the sick people in the wards. We still gave them monetary gifts. That particular day, all babies that were in the ward, I think they were given 2,000 naira each. Then the newborn babies that were just born when we got there, they were given some of 3,000, in which they appreciated so well. Even some sick persons, we gave them 3,000 because many of these people, they don't have money to eat. So if you understand now, we themed it on showing love. So we came there, we showed love to them by giving them some certain relief packages. You can do yours on cleaning, but the main point of going to a hospital is not necessarily to clean, because you can clean, but there are sick people inside there that you need to show love to. I just gave all you presidents an insight on what you can do on your on the Valentine's Day coming up soon. You go to the hospital, it's not necessarily a big money you need to do that. Probably 50,000. 50,000. You have gotten soap, tissue rolls, slippers, fruits. I think we bought fruits that time too. Fruits, so apples. Then you can now maybe it keeps a certain amount of cash, maybe like 10,000-15,000 naira that you want to distribute to them. So that is on that way you can go about it. That's the way I went about my own during my time. So any other question?
So I have another question. I just want to get what you've been saying clear. Let's say for example now, we bought soap, tissue paper, toilet roll, and whatsoever. Is the patient we are distributing to, right?
Please come again.
Let's say for example now, we've gotten toilet roll, soap, detergent, slippers, and so on and so forth. Is the
Okay.
patients we are distributing to, not the hospital, right?
Yes,
Like-
the patients.
Okay. It's not like we are donating to the hospital to give to the
No.
patient.
You give the patients. Then you give
Okay.
the people taking care of the patients also. Maybe a few, just give a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll be handing over to Miss AB now so she can give her own experience. Miss AB, please, you can come up now. Is she on the call? AB, are you on the call?
Yeah, Kashi, I'm here. Good
Okay.
evening, everybody.
Evening.
All right, so okay, Kashi, do you have like something I'm talking about, so I should just start?
No, basically your experience, like just experiences that you
Okay,
had on all, just that.
okay. All right, so good evening, everybody. I see Mr. Malik is on the call. Good evening, sir. So basically, I'll just be talking about my experience. I had a lot of experience. I don't know which one to talk about in total. Let's see how. Okay, I came into the administration, I think it was in 2024. Yeah, 2024 in July. And at that time, we already won the presidential election. I said election. Very nice. We already won presidential award from SP International, right? So the expectations were already high because my predecessor, the person of Chinedu, right? He already set a standard that I had to follow, even Mr. Lucky Ememie, the past president as well. So there were a lot of expectations for me to meet up to and all of that, including membership, program delivery, awards too, and representation, right? So I came in, I was not really sure of what to do because not everybody that has it figured out. For those of you president that already have it figured out, kudos to you. So I came in and, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Right. So first things first, I had to, because we had that time Mr. Shima just came in as the SLO, Mr. Shima Abdul Malik. So I just had to quickly draft, because what my predecessors did, they were like, okay, AB, you have to draft out programs that you have to do. And that was what I did. It's not like I had an idea on how to go about it. And I just did that. And then I started doing programs. I started doing programs, probably at least like 2 programs in a month or 3 about. So I just started doing programs. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I think I'll just talk about the D&I that I won. I don't know if that's all right, Kashi, because I feel I don't talk too much.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about how SP Novena won the D&I Championship Award for the year 2025, right? So the D&I Award, it's normally given at ATCE. Okay, so how they did it. D&I, if you don't know what D&I is diversity and inclusion, where you include people and all of that. Those diversity and inclusion, like nobody's left out, everybody, right? So the D&I is more like 5 years. It's every 5 years. They do it every 5 years, right? And the award is given to one section or one student chapter that has done maybe proactive D&I, that has done a lot of activities and also been following up with their town hall meetings. So the D&I came, the nomination came up in June, July. Nomination came up in June, July. So we applied, I think we applied in June. I don't know, I think July. I think I was trying to round up then. We applied in July. Then the result came out in September. Yeah, I think it was September or October thereabout. The result came out in September, and I was surprised that at the end of the day, we got the D&I. But how it happened was, basically, they were always doing these town hall meetings. They used to have town hall meetings where you fill the form. I think it's like a Google form. You fill the form and you tell them the dates you would like to present for your chapter. So they have, most times they have to, since we here are using the West African time, they have like 2 sessions. Sometimes it's CST, sometimes it's, so sometimes the time you might pick may fall in the night, may fall in the morning, afternoon, wherever. So you have to join the town hall meeting. If this is what you are targeting to, okay, I want to add this one to one of the awards, right? You have to join the town hall meeting. You join the town hall meeting, you have to make presentations for your chapter as well. Put your chapter out there that, okay, this is what we did. I know in my time, I joined in, I think it was about 2 times thereabout. I just showed them. It doesn't, and one thing I noticed about D&I is it doesn't have to do with qualities of programs or outreaches you did. It has to be 70% impactful. I think that was the word, 70% impactful, right? So in my time with SP Novena, did not really do a lot. We didn't do a lot because we were limited with how will I put it, reaching out to all these hospitals, schools. In the community where we school, we just had about three schools, and we've gone there like multiple times. And the community is like far in the outskirts of town, like just inside. So it wasn't very easy for us to do this. So we had to like stretch ourselves, right? There was even a time we collaborated with SPPTI for an energy for me in Warri. And the reason why we did that was because the reason myself and my team agreed to do that was, okay, school was not longer going to be in session, and I think most of our students from Novena will live here in Warri. So we're like, okay, we'll just collaborate, let's see. And that was how we did that energy for me. I think that one also impressed them because leaving our town where we were coming to Warri to do D&I was a lot. So yeah, we did that. We also did the Pad a Girl. Pad a Girl when we went to school and we reached out to over 150 girls, right? We marked the International Boys Day. Yeah, we marked the International Boys Day. After that, we also had this HIV/AIDS Day that we do every December 1st. We do it to mark World AIDS Day. This one, we go outside to put out awareness that this and this is what you should avoid. And since we are not really into the health or medical field, we most times collaborate with our nursing students, pharmacology students, med lab students, and all of that. So they are the ones that are going to push this thing out more because it's their field and they know what they are doing, right? Those are like few programs, I think, few D&Is that I think we did. So when I joined in to do the town hall meeting, I think that day it was just SP Novena, as there was a chapter there. I saw SP Port Harcourt, they were presenting as well. I saw one other school, I think from India or Indonesia, thereabout, they were presenting as well. So I just put it out there, just like Kashi was even saying. I don't know if I can be heard. Can I be heard? Hello?
Yes, you can be here. You can go on.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Just as Kashi was saying, I really like that he emphasized on the slide how when you are saying something that, oh, we did this, we did that, you should also put your pictures, like a lot of pictures. I think that's one thing that attracted the D&I chair for SP International. And it was like, oh, this is nice, you did this and all of that. Because I had a lot of pictures on my slide showing them, oh, this is what we did, this is how we did it. And yeah. And you don't just come there to make presentations, you just talk for a long time. No, I think they gave us 5 minutes to present. And that's how we presented. And the next thing, we went for another town. I think I went for another town hall again. Before I just saw this thing one morning. I told my team and everybody, and we're like, okay, let's nominate our chapter. And I was the one that did the nomination for the chapter, and that's how the result came out in September. I don't know if I'm really clear, but yeah, so that's how we got D&I. And another aspect I would want to talk about, I don't know if Kashi had already talked about it, but I would just lay more emphasis on that one, is your finances. I don't know how they do it in other school, but in my school, if you had a position in school and you are maybe a final year student, because most of us that have this president, we are mostly final year students, and you have to sign out, you have to do your clearance, Abby. So your finance statement has to be correct. And the finance statement is not just the president that is to oversee it. You have yourself as the president, you have the financial secretary, you have your treasurer. Therefore, then you have the FA, right? So these persons, they come together to make sure that they audit your financial report, that, oh, is correct. So my advice to every president here is that as long as you are doing something, even if it's not your money, even if it's your money, but make sure that you document whatsoever thing you are doing, because in time of financial reporting, even for your annual reports, you need it. So even when you want to do your clearance, I don't know for other schools, but my school, you have to show these things that, oh, I did this, so that they allow you to go freely and they hold you accountable, and just to make sure that, okay, you are reliable and you are transparent, so that everybody can see it. Because SP money is not something that you play with or mismanage. And also, you have to have your accounts, like a verified corporate account for SP. They don't use personal account, they don't use OPay, they don't use PalmPay. So you have to go to the bank, and with your treasurer, with the knowledge of your FA, your HOD, there about the people that need to know, right, to open a corporate account so that they can transfer. I think I've said everything I want to say. Over to you, Kashi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss AB. If you have any questions for Miss AB, kindly ask now, or any questions for me to just ask now, because we'll need to round up very soon. Any questions?
Okay, I have a question. Sorry to disturb you all. So the question is for Mr. B. You said something that I think one of your programs, you're mentioning the health courses, pharmacology, pharmacy, and the rest. My question is, how were you able like to convince them that okay, come and join SP, this is what you benefit from it and all those kind of things? Because I don't really know how were you able to do it.
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. So for us, for how I was able to do it, before I joined SP as a student, I don't know how my predecessors did it, but we had a stream of medical students in SP. And I think the reason is because how they were encouraged to join is because most times when we are doing these outreaches, we just more like leave them to take the lead, especially when it has to do with something about AIDS, maybe health checkup and all of that. But if I get your question now, you're answering how we encourage them. Okay. I feel for I think when we're going to do this orientation, freshers orientation, one thing we used to tell them is that because a lot of persons think that SP is just for petroleum students, mechanical students, or about. One thing we also used to tell them is as long as the oil and gas industry is standing, right? It's not only petroleum people that are there. We also have earth workers. So if you really want, if you are somebody that wants to work in oil and gas, because most of them, as you are seeing them, most of them like the idea of oil money. So if you really want to be in that space, you should also consider getting a membership with SP and also grow your network, right? So that's how we did it basically. And also we have most of them like going for outreach. We have some really intelligent people there. They like going for outreach, they like sharing their ideas and everything. So we just allow them in. I think that's it basically.
Okay, thank you
Is
so
that
much.
clear enough? Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss AB. Any other questions before we call it a day?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, go on with your question.
Earlier in the call, you mentioned something about the percentage of renewals to be able to win membership award.
Yeah.
Please, can you talk about it again?
Okay, so for your renewals, you need to have at least 70% of, you need to have done at least 70% renewals to be able to stand the chance to win the membership award. And also, you need to have done at least 50% of this thing, students to YP conversion. Because I'm seeing most of you in this current body are not really taking that serious. That is also key in winning the membership award. You need to have done at least 50% above to be able to consider to stand a chance to win the membership award. So is that clear?
Oh, okay, yes, it is. I was thinking what you said was your members, 70% of them needs to be renewals, then the rest can be new students. But what you are saying is that you have to, like your returning members, you have to have renewed at least 70% of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short. Kachi, you said something about after registering new members, you log them into your database.
Yeah.
Which means that when you want to renew, you no longer have to like contact them. You just do the renewal yourself.
Yes.
Am I right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go about it? Like, which database? Is it that you have if people have a personalized system for SP that okay, all SP members info stored in this PC. This one is just like to register and to renew members. Like, how were you able to do something like that?
Okay, so basically, during my time, like I said, we were the ones that did the renewals ourselves. So as we are doing the renewals ourselves, we are saving the passwords with their consent. We are telling them that as we are renewing for you, we'll save it in our database so that we can renew again for you the following year. Or if they are final year, so we can convert for you the following year. So we're storing their email and their password in their database so that once it's time for renewals, we will not need to go and start looking for them again or stressing to get them again. We just go to our Excel spreadsheet and we get them renewed or convert them to YPs.
Okay,
Exactly.
thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So any other question? It's already almost 1 hour. So no other question. Mr. Abdul Malik, sir, please, would like if you could say a word, sir. Yes, hello, sir. Are you on the call? Okay, I don't think he's on the call any longer. Okay, so
He was on the call.
okay, he was on the call. Okay, so I think we're done for today. Any other question? Any other question you can ask on the president's group chat? It will be answered. Thank you all so much for joining today. Thank you all so much. We'll talk on that time.
Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you, Kachi. Thank you, Abi. You all have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm seeing Georgia and Christabel. I'm seeing Isaac. All right.